Hi everyone, my name's Tim Cassidy, a St. Christopher School graduate, class of 1985. Every year my mom used to go to parent-teacher night and she'd come home and she'd tell me the same thing. Tim, your teachers love you, but they say you just won't shut up. I guess I had a lot to say, so I decided to make a living out of speaking. I'm a television news reporter here just outside of New York City in Yonkers, New York, at a station called News 12. Sometimes I actually sit here in the studio and deliver the news. Thanks for watching News 12. I'm Tim Cassidy. A community coming together tonight in prayer after hearing their parish could be merged with two others. News 12's Carolyn Rowe has their story tonight from White Plains. I was taught by some of the same great teachers you have there today, like Miss Weefers and Mrs. Turnan. Both of those teachers realized that I had a lot to say and I like to tell stories. So what did they do? They helped me figure out how to put those stories onto paper, becoming the writer that I am today. Well, good evening, everyone. I'm Tim Cassidy here at the Rising in Valhalla. After a day of somber observances at Ground Zero and all across the nation, tonight Westchester will pay tribute to the 111 victims from this county who died during the worst terror attack on American soil. All day long, people have been stopping here at the Rising to pay tribute. While Republicans are in Rye carving out their path to Albany, Democrats like Governor Andrew Cuomo and President Barack Obama will be here in Tarrytown. The president plans to use the Tappan Zee Bridge as a backdrop to urge Congress to vote on a new funding plan for road and bridge construction projects all across the country. Most of the time, I'm not in the studio. I'm out in the field telling people stories, and sometimes I even get to hang out with some pretty cool pups. He was just days away from being put down, but he got a second chance when he was rescued by Pet Rescue in Larchmont. Hello, Elvis. As you can see, Elvis is pretty psyched to be back home. He's really talking now, and this family says they're going to make sure Elvis no longer leaves the building. In New Rochelle, Tim Cassidy, News 12. Hello, Elvis.
You have got to love that story.
And this is the control room here at News 12. It's where everything comes together for all the shows. Take a look. The directors sit right up front. They're looking at all of those monitors, and they're talking to the anchors and telling them what's coming up next and what's going to be happening in the next block. The producer sits right back here. He actually writes the show and tells people when to speak and when not to speak.
Wrap it up.
See, sometimes I still have to be told when to zip it. As you can see, Patrick is physically prepared to head back to Boston, but what I wanted to know, is he mentally prepared to head back to the place where so many lives were changed forever? This is our newsroom where reporters and producers put the newscasts together. I actually work right over there at that desk where I write my stories. My desk is located right next to the assignment desk. These are the people that figure out where we're going. They listen to police scanners, they make phone calls, and they set up interviews telling us who we're talking to next.
Tim, we have a fire. We need you to go to it right now.
And we're off again. It took fire crews hours to try to contain this fire, but as you can see now, it is out and it is under control. But at times, thick smoke just completely took over this entire street. And Janine, what a wild ride it was, and it all ended right here when that driver ended up crashing into a parked car. But what I want to show you is where this journey began, way up at the top of Elm Street. It's a ride the driver says she never thought she was going to live through.
I really thought I was going to die. I was so scared. I was so scared.
Katie Hackett is the woman who was behind the wheel of this Jeep during a wild ride down an ice-covered Elm Street in Yonkers Sunday morning. So as you can see, I've been on quite the journey since I graduated from St. Chris 30 years ago. The teachers there really helped me figure out what I wanted to be way back when, and they also taught me when to speak and when to stop speaking and listen. Are you starting to think about what you want to be when you grow up? Dream big. Anything is possible, and the teachers at St. Chris will make sure to help you along that journey. Reporting in Yonkers, Tim Cassidy, News 12.